Hi boys and girls, welcome to this week's lesson. My name is Mr. Jackson and today we're going to be learning how to use pronouns as subjects of sentences. But before we can begin, here are some things that you must know at the end of this lesson. First, you should be able to identify pronouns. Then, you should be able to identify subjects of a sentence. And finally, you should be able to replace those subjects with pronouns. But before we can begin, do you remember what pronouns are? In case you have forgotten, let's take a look at this short video.
A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. He, she, it, they, them, me. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. I, we, him, you, your, my. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. Mine, their, or, us, her, is. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun.
After watching that video, can you tell me what pronouns are? What are some examples of pronouns that you heard? Can you think of any other pronouns? Good job. Now, let's begin. A pronoun is a word that we can use to replace a noun. Now, be sure to remember that just like nouns, a pronoun can be singular or plural. Now, as you know, every sentence has a subject. The subject of a sentence is who or what that sentence is talking about. Here I have a sentence. Read with me. This sentence says, "My sisters are very beautiful." What is the subject of this sentence? The subject of this sentence is my sisters. The sentence is talking about my sisters. Therefore, the subject is my sisters. Well done. Let's try another sentence. Mark and I have a very hard-working teacher. Who is this sentence talking about? The sentence is talking about Mark and I. Therefore, Mark and I are the subjects of the sentence. Good job. Now that we understand what a pronoun is and what a subject of a sentence is, let's try another activity. But this time, you are going to read the sentence, identify the subjects of the sentence, and see which pronouns would best replace those subjects. Let's try this sentence. My sisters are very beautiful. Remember that the subject of this sentence is my sisters. Also, the sentence is talking about more than one sister. So, the plural pronoun that we would use to replace my sisters is they. The new sentence would be, they are very beautiful. Now, let's try this sentence. Mark and I have a very hardworking teacher. Before you can attempt this sentence, ask yourself these questions. What or who is the subject talking about? Is the subject talking about more than one person or thing? Which plural pronoun would replace this person or thing? Once you can answer those questions, then you can begin to attempt the activity. Okay, boys and girls, I need your help with this story. This story has many plural subjects, and we need to identify those plural subjects so that we can replace them with the plural pronouns. Are you ready? Good. Read with me. Sam and I were walking to school when we saw Mark and Tom. Mark and Tom were walking to school too. Our teacher taught us about pronouns. The students in my class enjoyed learning about pronouns today. After school, Mark, Tom, Sam, and I went to the market with Grandma to buy fruits. The vendors sold us apples, bananas, and oranges at the market. Okay, boys and girls, now that you've read that story, what are the plural subjects? The plural subjects are Sam and I, Mark and Tom, Sam, Mark, Tom, and I, the vendors, and the students. Did you identify those as the plural subjects? Now, which pronoun would we use to replace Sam and I? We would use the pronoun we. Good job. What about Mark and Tom? Did you say they? Guess what? You are correct. We would use the pronoun they. What about the students? That's a hard one. The students. Did you say they? Good job. We would use the pronoun they. What about Sam, Tom, Mark, and I? Those are several subjects. Which plural pronoun would we use to replace those? Can you help me to identify them? We would use the pronoun we. Good job, boys and girls. Finally, what about the vendors? Which plural pronoun would we use to replace the vendors? We would use the pronoun they. Good job. Now for your stay-at-home activity, I want you to look around your home to find any book, newspaper, or you can even use the internet to find as many sentences as you can with plural subjects. Once you have done that, I want you to replace all those plural subjects with the correct plural pronoun. But be sure to ask yourselves these questions. Who or what is the sentence talking about? How many persons or things is the sentence talking about? Which plural pronoun would best replace those subjects? Now, let us see if we have learned all that we wanted to learn for this lesson. Did you learn how to identify the pronouns in a sentence? Did you learn how to identify the subjects in a sentence? And did you also learn how to use pronouns? Good job. Now remember, boys and girls, that we use pronouns to replace nouns in a sentence. And just like nouns, a pronoun can be singular or plural. Okay, boys and girls, thank you for joining me for today's lesson. I am Mr. Jackson, so join me next time when we have another interesting language arts lesson just for you. See you soon.